It's Monday, March 12th. Welcome to Pastor Bob Daly. You know, I don't take criticism very well. I never have. Now, it doesn't mean that I fight back with it because I usually don't. But it makes me feel really bad, and I don't handle it very well. I've spent way too many sleepless nights with those thoughts of what people say in my head. And I'd love to be a little more thick-skinned than I am, but you know, after all of these years in ministry, I'm still the same way. You know, I can get 99 messages from people saying, Pastor Bob, I love what you're doing, keep going, etc., etc. And then I get one that's negative, and it's the one that I remember. And, you know, it's always been like that. One of my mentors and a very popular pastor told me one time never to read my own hate mail. And it was one of the best pieces of advice I ever had years ago when we were just pioneering Christian metal and we were just starting the church, and there was so much negative letters and opinions going on. And you know, it really helped to have a staff full of people that sorted through all of that so I didn't have to read it all. Well, I would love to say that I'm over all of that, but I'm still not. You know, yesterday a friend said, man, I was just looking over the internet and I noticed there's a lot of negative stuff about you out there. And, you know, I thought about that all night again. I hate that part. And I do understand that being a public figure means that you're right there in the middle, ready to take pot shots. And when he told me some of the things that people had said, I thought, that's not even true. People assuming things, you know, that were not true. And I understand that I'm kind of at that position where, you know, people either like me or they really don't. And I would like to say, you know, well, it's their problem, but, you know, it becomes mine too. Why are we like that? Why do we really care what people think? Folks, the biggest reason is because we're part of a collective. We're part of the body of Christ. And, you know, it means a lot to me to have that camaraderie, that fellowship with other Christians, even if we don't agree on everything. But what I found most of all, and this isn't a pity party that I'm having today, it's a concern that I have, not just for me, but for all of us, is that, you know, we're taking way too many pot shots these days. It seems like if we differ on doctrine, if we differ on the way that we think Christians ought to act and react, you know, it gets hostile. It gets real hostile. I used to post a lot of controversial things on my Facebook page and then just let it go. Watch people, you know, comment, and I love a healthy discussion, but I stopped doing it for the most part because it wasn't healthy. You know, people were taking those pot shots at each other. They were calling each other horrible things. People were leaving and saying, you know, I'm not going to take this kind of abuse. I'm never coming back here again. And people's feelings really getting hurt. And I found myself trying to do, you know, a lot of healing with people and going after them and saying, I'm sorry, please come back, and all of that, just because people can be so cruel in the name of God. Folks, you know, the one thing that God asked us to do is to love each other. That means other Christians. Your opinion about what they believe and the specifics about their beliefs are not more important than your opportunity to love them. Now, it's difficult to love people that are kind of on the other side of the fence than you are. But you know, if we can't love each other, we're never going to show Christ's love to this world. It'll never happen. So I want you to think about this today. What kind of pot shots are you taking? Because I'm thinking about it too. What can I do to improve the way that Christians love each other? And who is it today that I need to love, that's difficult to love, or somebody that maybe that doesn't agree with me that I need to love unconditionally as well? It's important. It's important because we're about to spend eternity together as well. God bless you. Have a great day.